The idea was to find out what the garden wants, what community, what people want, and how this place can function in the future, to really function as an art garden.
What's interesting about the space is it used to be a tennis court, but for whatever reason was abandoned about 40 to 50 years ago. Nature stepped in, basically, and reclaimed the space. And so I think that's really relevant in terms of our current culture, where we're looking at climate change and the way in which we relate to the land, and how do we utilise the land, and how do we allow nature to do its thing, and how do we become closer to nature.
I feel like we're deep inside the woods somewhere, but we're not. We're just in the middle of Berwick, but it's like a secret world, and it's great. You know, you can come and paint, you can come and play the musical instruments that they've set up, you can just sit in the hammocks and just be at one with nature. It's just really lovely.
We've cleared little patches, we've made small areas our own, and it just feels like it belongs to a community. It feels like a community's within it.
Having kind of community activity going on and people sat round making things and eating together, that feels like a deeply human activity that we could really do with more of in the world.
It just gives you a chance to take time and think about things for a bit and relax. Yeah, it takes you out of yourself a little bit, out of your comfort zone sometimes.
Everyone should have access to green spaces. That's why this is so important. And to the green spaces that are not like manicured, not so sanitized. Like someone said, like everything outside the wall there is sanitized. And this is a little bit more raw. It's a little bit more wired, and it's special because of that.
If it were going to be something, yes, it would be lovely if it were for the community, but I'm hyper aware of how sometimes things can be transformed and then left to go derelict in a different way.
I wouldn't want to see it too kind of manicured or over cleared. I quite like the sense of wildness. I appreciate it's not accessible to everybody, but maybe one or two paths could be more accessible. But the majority of them, the fact that there's sort of tree trunks and ivy and bugs and things is all part of the atmosphere and the environment. So I wouldn't want it too kind of over tidied, if you like.
We definitely seem to be in agreement that there should be a limitation upon humans entering into this space. But then how much is that limitation? And wondering, well, maybe it might be nice if people are allowed in here like once a month. And so it becomes like a special day. Maybe there's a particular thing happening on that day that invites people in to discuss or observe or witness or experience something in particular.
It's been lovely to just take some time and bond with the space and have some reason to notice things in a different way and kind of walk around and examine the details and engage with the full kind of range of senses in the garden.
Let's just hope we can find a way to work with this site to retain its character, its weirdness. We have to make this, keep on making. Abundance, diversity, beauty, magic. It's very, very important, and I hope it can be kept and it can be given to community in this way that it retains what it is.